What they were scared to tell us was that sometimes soul ties don't always come with warning labels. They just happen quietly, like spilled wine on a white shirt you swore you'd keep clean. Promises we made in the dark, thinking the sun wouldn't forget. What they were scared to tell us was that soul ties can feel like home and still be a house fire in disguise. That I love you screams louder in spirit than in the ears. That kissing someone could mean waking up with their trauma sleeping beside you. They didn't say you'd start laughing like them 3 months later. That their favorite song would punch you in the chest even after they ghosted your peace of mind. They didn't say the skin forgets slower than the mind does, or that closure is a myth written by people who never bled when they let go. Soul ties aren't just lovers, you see. They're friends who knew too much. Relatives that taught you love with bruises on syllables. People who buried their brokenness inside your healing and left you to nurse both. What they were scared to tell us is that soul ties can outlive the relationship. Still sit at your table during prayer, sneak into your metaphors and wear your hoodie, dare you to say that you moved on. The worst part is, they didn't tell us how to untie ourselves, how to heal without guilt and stop blaming our hearts for being open when the world only taught us how to build doors, never how to lock them. What they forgot to say is that sleeping with someone could be the easy part. It's waking up years later, still finding pieces of them in the folds of your morning routine. That's the actual haunting. They never said that forever can sit with a look and end with a text that says take care. As sometimes God lets people meet so they can show you what you almost healed from, but not quite yet. What they were scared to say was that soul ties are messy magic. Beautiful, but with fine print, and none of us even read it. We were too busy writing poems out of our mouths thinking I love you was a binding contract. They didn't say that we'd inherit more than laughter, that pain is transferable and silence is contagious. As some people come into your life just to shake the foundations and leave while you're still figuring out which bricks held you up in the first place. They should have said be careful who you pray with, because agreement in spirit is intimacy too. They should have said be careful who you vent to, because confession is a way of saying I trust you with the parts I don't like about myself. And not everybody deserves to sit in the courtroom of your healing wearing a judge's robe. They never warned us that soul ties can make your body betray you. Missing hands that once hurt, wanting voices that once lied to you. They didn't say that forgiveness can taste like poison if you do it just to get someone back. They never said that you can be free and feel connected still, can be done and still wonder if they've eaten, can be healing and still crave the egg. They never said that the tightest ties are the ones no one else sees, the ones made of glances, that unspoken, you get me? They didn't say that sometimes God lets the bond form to show you what you were missing in yourself, that the real lesson wasn't in them but in the version of you who forgot your worth chasing someone who couldn't see it. They should have said when you feel the urge to call them at 2 a.m., write it down instead. If their absence teaches you more peace than their presence ever did, thank God for their departure. You're allowed to miss someone back and still not let them back. But what they didn't say, what they buried under cliches and church whispers, is that even soul ties can be untied with prayer, with therapy, time, sometimes truth, standing in the mirror and saying, I release you. Maybe soul ties are a mirror. What they didn't say is that freedom feels awkward at first, but it fits, and eventually, it starts to feel like home. Only if you release yourself.